right, welcome to the Dragon's Tome. It's April 1993. We are the Dragon's Tome. I'm your host, Chopper.
I'm Jack.
And I'm Robaba.
And
Bubba.
Rubba-bubba. And here we are again, going over Dragon Magazine, issue 192, episode 192, coincidentally. And here we are again, April Fools. I don't know why I always get stuck with April Foolish.
It is. It's funny. It's so funny.
It's
I guess
the
it
worst.
just makes sense. There's 3 of us and there's 12 months, so.
Yeah.
Mathematically, it just works out.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I don't know what to say. This issue is just full of not good stuff.
It's April Fool's issue. They always suck.
It's April Fools. They're the hardest ones to get through.
The cover is appropriate.
Yes, I do like the cover. I do like how they. I'm trying to think.
His brain broke.
When did Mortal Kombat come out?
Mortal Kombat.
The
99?
one.
I think 99.
No, it was earlier than that because I was.
We can look it up.
I was still touring then.
Yeah, and I think the movie was out when we were still.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking movie, yeah.
I don't think Mortal
outside of
Kombat 2 is out yet, though, because the only reason why I make mention of that is because this is definitely whoever made that Kitara character in Mortal Kombat 2 must have read this Dragon magazine, because this is that character verbatim with the fan and the fangs.
Mortal Kombat 2 came out in 1993.
Oh, well, there you go. So this who's the artist in this again?
This is April, though. This is early 93. This was obviously drawn in probably 92, so I think it's just a coincidence.
Yeah.
Yeah, Katana? Is it Katana with the fang?
Tom Baxa is the artist.
No, it's Kitara.
Yeah. Yeah, Tom Baxa is the artist, yep.
But as far as that's concerned, it's very colorful. It looks really good. It's
colorful.
Yeah, it's this looks like it. You know, most of the Dragon magazines are painting arts. This looks like a pencil art.
It kind of reminds me of the I don't know if it is. I don't know if he's the guy who does it, but that Yamara or whatever in the cartoon that's in the magazine that we never talk about. It kind of reminds me of that art.
Oh yeah, possibly.
It might be.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So, but looks good. I do like the pencil look. If it's not, it definitely got a pencil.
Yeah, more comic book looking. That I believe they go to this later on in the timeline, when we way past the time we were reading this, but I think they go to a more comic book style for all the covers.
So I do have my only complaint.
He's got a complaint.
Well, because look where he's standing and look where her fan is.
Yeah,
how does he not see that maw coming at him?
You'd see the tentacles too, yeah, like off to the side.
Yeah, so he's still got these flowers, and he's got that. You know, I'd hit that look on his face still.
Maybe he's not picky.
And maybe
he's
not shallow.
Yeah, stop being so shallow, Pat.
Her inner beauty.
I'm shallow, Pat. Sorry.
Yeah, he sees her inner beauty and her sweet tentacles.
So he's shallow hell, then, is what you're saying.
Look at those. Is her ear really high up in her head? Seems like
yes, drastically so.
I don't think her ear is high in that. It's just her jaw is elongated.
Yeah, but the top of your ear is where your eyes are, right?
Yeah, when you do the thing where you like center and then you go 1, 2, and then that ear is way high, but
way high. Again, look at Jack's ear. Jack, look at your ear. It's like his mouth level.
I'm not ear shaming.
Low-lying ears is the sign of trisomy, aka Down syndrome.
Jack, are you ticked by the Downs?
I'm Downs with the sickness. Yes. All
right,
indeed.
Let's bring this back home. Rob, take us to the editorial.
Did I do the editorial? How do you know? I did. Page 8.
You're a predictable time bomb.
Sometimes it's not worth it, but this is a funny story by the old Raj E. Moore.
You thought this was funny?
Yeah.
You honestly thought this was funny?
Yeah. I don't think I do now.
Yeah. Well, it's a funny story. It's a funny story because it's Roger E. Moore trying to piss off his DM because his DM's just a dick. So Roger has this character called Bubba, and he's just like this DM purposely just was going to kill them. That was just the whole mission of his thing. But he had this funny story about how he refused to let Bubba die, so he kind of like ramrodded his way through the adventure because everybody else is dying, and he's like, fine, I'm jumping overboard. I'm gonna start swimming. I'm gonna keep making my swim rolls. He's kept making swim rolls, and the GM was just so like, he didn't know what to do. He just let him keep making the swim rolls. So he swam to shore and survived the attack of the zombie conquistadors, I think it was. But I do love it because the whole thing is this whole story about swimming to shore and just keep making your rolls it equates it to him trying to change everything over to a desktop publishing format and not working, and them just banging their heads against the wall. It was all just a metaphor. And I thought it was a cute little story that even when the world wants to kill you, you just keep swimming.
I will say that his character name is kind of ridiculous, which is funny in itself.
Yeah, wasn't it Bubba?
It's Juan Jesus Bubba Rodriguez.
Yeah, and you try to talk to the zombies in Spanish to try to to stop them attacking, and he's like, GM had nothing about it. Bubba was going to get murdered no matter what.
Well, then maybe as a life lesson, if the world's trying to kill you, just keep swimming. Is a good takeaway.
Yes. Why did you hate
As brought to you by Pixar.
Why did you hate the story so much, Jack?
If I make a character named Bubba Rodriguez, and I go in and then is shocked that the DM is actively trying to, and rightfully so, stamp out your tomfoolery.
No, the DM just tried to murder everyone, though. The DM was a dick.
It's a battle of wills between a guy.
Yeah.
I've been at that table, didn't like it, don't like it.
Yeah, but the DM's being a dick, so he was just being a dick.
Well, the DM
back.
is definitely playing old school style DM.
Well, he said he was 14. This is when they're kids.
Oh.
And much like when someone, the person on trial for murder says, well, what they did was...
Nobody said
what had happened.
What are you asking us to believe what you saying that the victim of your murder did?
No, but he said the game master literally said at the beginning of the game that I'm going to murder you all. He literally said that.
The survivor, the guy who's writing the article, the guy in the magazine said...
Oh, you're saying Roger? You're just saying Roger's lying.
He came with a character named Bubba Rodriguez. I can only say...
Jack, you've had way worse names than that for characters.
Well, when we possibly start a second edition D&D campaign, I will bring a name that will shock and amaze.
Yeah, see?
I will bring down the creative thunder. The halls will ring with the name of my character, and you will beg for mercy.
His name will be Chad.
It's going to be Bubba Rodriguez.
Anyways. What? On Jesus.
The real thing is, don't switch to desktop publishing format because it just screws everything up.
Exactly.
So if we see any mistakes in this magazine, we'll know why.
Exactly. All right. Jack.
Ooh, me.
What do you got? Because I have 17 articles.
Oh, that's good, because I have barely 2.
Yeah, I
54, please.
That's one of mine.
In praise of one night gaming, parentheses, stands.
It's actually kind of a good article for April issue.
You know what? We saw the height of April Fool's issues many years ago. It was. We all laughed. We all were amused. They've gone downhill since. So to choose a non-April Fool's issue was kind of a cop-out. I'm not being festive, I understand, but this is Lee Shepard is discussing how to do one-shots. Now, by today's standards, everyone knows what a one-shot is. Everyone, like it's almost crazy to broach the subject of a one-shot and not have everyone go, "Oh yeah, we all know."
Some game systems are predicated on one-shots, like Alien. Like it's all about one-shots.
But when you're doing dungeon dives where the whole thing is the Gygaxian, where your characters go in, get stuff, come back out. Another group goes in that same dungeon, goes in, comes back out, and it's a campaign of dungeon diving or a campaign world. One shots at this point might have been novel. First he discusses why a one shot. You change stuff up, some new characters, a new something, just to like break the monotony of possibly a long form campaign that you just want to make a little take a little step back from. A GM's rest day. He says that sometimes when you're doing the campaign and you're trying to get everything right, you're trying to make sure everything, the story is unfolding the way it's supposed to be. A one shot where a Bubba Rodriguez can talk to,
can swim the shore and it'd be okay.
Okay, why not? Because it's not going to interfere with your campaign, your beloved characters. Nothing's going to be damaged irrevocably by whatever tomfoolery you feel like getting into. He talks about training new DMs. I wouldn't say one shots for training DMs.
I wouldn't disagree with it though.
I wouldn't disagree.
If you want to try out,
if you've never DM'd and you're nervous about it, doing a one shot is a great way to dip your feet.
Because it's not like you're setting up. You have to play like you're stuck in a campaign now with a guy who doesn't know what he's doing. It's one shot, didn't work out, oh fine. Or if it did work out, you're like, oh, do another one next time. That's fun. It's
I
trial
stand corrected.
System. Yeah, I can see
that does kind of make sense. Then they go on to describe what makes the one shot work and how to kind of build one. And a lot of it is, I'm not going to go step by step through what the article says, but I will say shorthand. Everything is going to be like a trope. Like your characters
you don't have time to delve too deep into things.
No, if you're gonna be the paladin, you're going to be the stereotypical paladin, and they're going to be doing the stereotypical things because everyone needs to kind of be on board with through the osmosis of media and
no time for character development.
No, we're gonna jump in. The setting's going to have a certain I know what's going on right away. There's not going to be this intricacy that you'd want in a campaign, and then you're not going to do plot twists and stuff like that. It's going to be the plot is going to be pretty straightforward. Again, a one shot. How long do you play in one day? 4 hours.
4 hours, yeah. I would say that's
you gotta plan for that 4 hours. And they finish off with combat. And combat, they say lean heavy in the combat. Like this one shot's going to be combat heavy because your plot can only be so long. You only have so much time. And
you can't have it be like an investigation.
Yeah, because if there's a puzzle room,
I think if you're really good DM, you could. But yeah, for a quickie, I could see that.
Yeah. And so get some combat in, and then wrap it up. I think it again it has its place today. It had its place then, but I think now it's more than acceptable for one shots to be, hey, I'm doing a quickie. Okay.
Yeah, it's just like somebody's not prepared for their adventure or whatever. Okay, I got this on the back burner. Want to just throw this out there?
Also good for weekend getaways, like a nerdy way.
A nerdy way.
Yeah, we did a bunch of one shots.
Hey, we've got nothing better to do.
Really, all my Cyberpunk games have been pretty much one shots because I'm using the that one book with all the scream sheets in it, and each one is you're able to be doing in a day. So, same characters, but just one shot adventures because they're just one and done. So you just go through them. Technically not a one shot because I would think one shots kind of imply that you're not playing the same characters, but still.
I would kind of disagree. I think you're right in that one shots where it is a snapshot, not a campaign. At no point in your Cyberpunk game are we thinking, oh, what was the name of that vampire guy we beheaded? Because that's the key to get into the power plant.
There's no overarching storyline or anything. Yeah.
No.
Or
whether it's the same characters or others, irrelevant.
Yeah.
New people in, out, shuffling the cast.
Yep.
Yeah. So that was my article.
All right. Sounds good. All right. So then I guess it's my turn. This will be very quick because this article is not. Was not. I just wanted to mock it.
Mock it?
Page 19.
19?
Doing a call-in mockery?
Band on the run.
On
yeah.
the run.
I looked at this one too. I
know this is the April Fool's issue, but was this freaking article necessary? This was 4 pages.
It's songs.
Of just songs.
I thought you'd enjoy this because you love singing.
I do love singing, but this is
ridiculous. Fun till your daddy takes the long sword away.
Rob, you banned Pat and I from singing strictly because it brought too much joy to the people watching these videos.
The only
you
thing I
are
think,
not allowed to then
brown-eyed ghoul. Come on.
The only thing I think is funny is that they tell you which campaign you can sing the song in.
Gnomish Space Marines. I don't like that one. I don't think that worked as much.
Yellow Submarine.
Yellow Submarine and the Companions Rapacity, which is the characters from Dragonlance and being like.
And I didn't like this because the guy didn't look like from Queen. He looks like Ronnie James Dio.
Yeah. So I just wanted to point this out. I know people like some of these things, but this is not my kind of jam.
It reminds me of those like the real sad people who go to cons and then they just do like parody songs and like they're like bards walking around. It's always depressing because it's just so cringe.
The guys that sit out in front of Gen Con in the walkway.
Yeah, it's cringe.
In front of the other room.
Yeah, I'm always like, ugh. I'm sure people like it, but I'm always like, God, it's like spiders crawling on my spine.
Yeah.
Rob, you're 50 years old. You can't use the word cringe.
We let it.
Unironically.
I let it go a little bit.
That's not true. They're cringy.
Oh, okay, I was wrong.
If this wasn't the April Fool's issue, I would be way harsher on it.
It is cringe, Jack.
Yeah.
What is the other word for it?
Horrifying.
I think
gives me the oogie boogies.
What?
Gives me the oogie boogies.
Oogie boogie.
If we're gonna go old school, heebie-jeebies is a good one.
Heebie-jeebies, yeah.
I've never seen Nightmare Before Christmas, but I've heard people talk about Oogie Boogie so much that I think I know him. He's a sack of bugs, and I think I would like him.
Mm-hmm. He reminds me of you.
How about was this the 90s on people used to say it gives you the ick?
It gives me the ick.
Oh. I think we're too old for the ick too.
Yeah,
Totes gives me the ick.
Oats my goats. See, that's more. Yeah, now we're going where you probably should be.
Yeah, that's
lurking in.
All right, Rob. What do you got next?
Let's go to page 12. Not 132. 12.
You sounded very, very, very like 12. You put your foot down with that one.
I did. 12. Don't You Dare by Spike Y. Jones.
Don't you?
And it's got funny pictures. Look at the funny pictures. And it's ways for serious GMs to learn to play funny games. And yeah, pretty much he talks this whole article about don't be rules, slavery to rules. Keep it fun. Don't do your usual favoritism.
I'm not gonna lie. When I glanced at that, when I first read this article, I thought it was rules for slavery.
Yeah, Pat would.
Pat would.
I'm a conqueror.
But in the end, it just comes down to don't take it too seriously. And it's like, yeah, obviously. But it's just kind of funny to read it and it's being like, yeah, if you're a serious gamer, this is how you play fun games. It's like, well, if you're that autistic that you can't figure out the difference between serious games.
Serious of a game, then you probably should.
This is pre-autism, I know that, but still, guys.
But
you do not have fun while playing a game, regardless how serious it is.
But I have learned, God rest his soul, Spike Jones was Canadian.
Oh yeah.
His widower Corsage.
How do you know he's Canadian? How'd you find that out?
And the title, A Dozen Don'ts. Gosh, feet in the wrong spot. We all know that. I'm not going to dwell.
It's a dozen don'ts.
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 But this is for, hey, if you've been playing the super straightforward games like BattleTech and like
GURPS and AD&D and
but you want to play Tunes or
Champions,
like Tales from the Vagabond or something like that. This is how to do it. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. I think maybe a little hints as to how to keep it light. Keep it light.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not, like, I didn't say it's like totally useless, but it is kind of common sense. Just like, don't take it too seriously. Yeah, no shit. Don't take it too seriously. It's a fun game. I also don't think, like, some of it is just like, yeah, just don't even bother playing by the rules. It's like, well, you still kind of have to have rules, even in
there
games.
was a part where they just said, we're just going to make it up as we play. And I was like, that's a good way to have chaos.
Something, fall off the rails pretty quick. But still.
I just think that we got to give him the benefit of the doubt. Let's go. Pat, how come I can't eat a chocolate bar and he's over there eating Rice Krispies?
Because when you did it, I was talking. I wasn't talking when Rob went to eat.
I did it on
First
purpose.
of all, his bag, it sounded like him just tapping on the keyboard.
Now, he's over there snacking. Now, what would happen?
I didn't call you out for your booze bottle coming on the beginning of the show. Now,
what happens if I happen to be pouring myself a nice cocktail?
I let that one slide.
I did that on purpose.
This is Jack pouring.
Glub, 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 glub. Yeah. So, anyways, that was my article.
All right, Jack. While you are
surreptitiously pouring,
breaking the prohibition laws of Canada,
breaking the law. How do you know Spike Jonze Canadian? By the way, how do you know he's Canadian?
Yeah, how do you know I'm Canadian?
No, Spike Y. Jones. Why do you know he's Canadian? Why did you say that?
Because he is.
Here we go. What's your article? Boozy big boozers, then let's go.
What is that? Is that Coke Zero? Is that Coke Zero?
Whose name is on that Coke?
Is that Coke Zero? I'm pretty sickened if it is.
No one's asking, hey, what kind of was that a sour cream and onion crisper? Was that a
all dressed?
Everyone's asking,
is it all
what am I drinking? Crispy minis. Okay, good. Okay, Pat, are you going to take control of this show or what? We got it's utter chaos.
I've asked you several times in your drunken stupor what page you want to go to.
We still got one more. Stupor. We still got one more whole episode to record after this, guys.
Yeah. We're going to go to page 32. And 32. You are going to follow along with me.
I'm proud of you to take this one.
Yay!
For two reasons. Now we're going to start with up in the corner, the right-hand side. There's been critiques to the people who put together Dragon Magazine that not enough other games are getting the love and the critics, in my opinion, are right. Every time they bring a new campaign in, and they're bringing them out one every 3 months, that it gets inundated, and yes, they don't showcase other games the way they claim they do.
Even other TSR games, like they used to talk about, they still do Marvel File, but they don't talk about Top Secret as much or any of those games. Gamma World once in a while.
Marvel's dead at this point.
Yeah, Gamma World a little teeny bit, but not much.
Yeah,
but definitely no other games. Like there's to have an article that has something to do with Torg. Yeah, this is big. So
to kind of assuage the people who are like, hey, this is just this is a catalog for the latest, greatest TSR offering. They put out a call to all the game makers and said, hey, can you make us a dragon? So I don't know, haven't read ahead.
That'd be funny if these are the only guys who do it.
Yeah. That would be funny if every major creator, and the first one's from makers of Torg, they send us dragon, and then crickets.
Known from C. Jacksons to no GURPS.
Yeah. So yes, presumably we're gonna have a dragons from different games coming into Dragon Magazine for the next perceivable future. Like
Did they say it was monthly?
I think it's whenever somebody actually sends something in, because it's not a paid job, so I doubt they're like
And yes, they're not.
He doesn't outline a timeline.
No.
And they're not coming from the public because they said no one sends in things for other games. That's why we don't. Okay. And I understand. You have a limited size in the magazine. You want to get TSR out there. But come on, anyways. So the makers of Torg said, let's be the first. Let's be the vanguard. Let's be the pointy end of the spear. And we have the Draconis Cybernetica. Now, the backstory is in Torg, a whole bunch of worlds get mashed in together. And dragons come from a land these dragons in particular come from a land that are kind of Norse Viking-ish. And they are flying, and when the worlds collide, they end up in a cybernetic France. And when they hit this barrier, they plummet to the ground because they forget that they can fly. They forget that they're dragons. They forget everything about themselves. And this cyber papacy, this kind of religious techno religion, gets a hold of these dragons and borgs them up, and then uses them for various things. It does give some adventure hooks here that you could use these dragons for. And it gives the article gives like the whys, the hows, what their stats would be, and then a couple adventure hooks. And yes, if this is going to be what looks like the Dragon Project with some branding that they've got here, this is a pretty strong start as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, it looked like a pretty well written article when I glanced at it. I don't know enough about Torg. Jack should be the master of Torg since he's got almost all the books now.
Well, we've got Call of Cthulhu to get through, and we're doing one every epoch?
8 months.
Epoch. Every nuclear winter, we're doing another.
Every nuclear winter.
Nuclear winter.
Nuclear.
You have that France. Is that one of the source books that we gave you?
I don't know off the top of my head. When I read this, I probably could have scampered over and see if there was the source book that had this French, because they talk about Lyons and they talk about a bunch of
France is cyberpunk pretty much.
So I could have scampered off, but
that would involve legwork, and Jack's got no legs.
Exactly.
No, I am 2 peg legs.
He's legulous.
Legulous.
That is terrible. Even for an April Fool's edition, that is the worst pun. This is worse than any pun or joke that's in this magazine. He's Legolas.
All right. Well, on that note, let's just try and move on and bury that. I guess it's my turn. Let's go to page 25.
25.
Speaking of nuclear weapons, we got weapons of mass destruction for Spelljammer.
Spelljammer.
I'm not exactly sure why he wanted to include this because, while Spelljammer intrigues me, the Kryn gnomes of that world don't intrigue me yet. As a matter of fact, I don't like them at all. But this is Kryn gnomes' inventions for weapons of mass destruction for Spelljammer ships. And it's just a load, and and why I think this is probably enabled is just because I don't know if you're familiar with the Dragonlance gnomes. They invent things, but they never work.
Tinker gnomes.
Tinker gnome, whatever you want to call them.
They are, I'm not going to say the best race. That would be hyperbole. Top 5? We can all agree top 5?
Is Kinder on the list?
Kinder's as favorite or worst? Because if it's
fa-
worst, it's going number 1.
Favorite.
Yeah, Rob, that you brought up a good point. Kinder might be up there too. Might be up there.
Half orcs.
I don't mind a half orc. Never like a half orc better than a Tinker Gnome and a fucking Kinder.
What are those evil dwarves? I can never pronounce their name.
Duergar.
Pat loves Drow. We know that much.
I don't hate him.
We've often said
Especially if they have two swords. He's got two swords and a pet panther.
It was
right up his ass.
It was like Reese's peanut butter cups. They just were overwhelming with the coverage.
You put Reese's peanut butter cups here for your ass? That's so weird.
Come on, a Dritz enema is enough. You didn't need to add the Reese insertion.
Well,
don't look up what Dritz means in the
Urban Dictionary.
Urban Dictionary.
She asked me to Dritzer. I wasn't for it, but
what
girls love the Dritz.
What I like about this article,
girls do like the Dritz.
It tells you how this weapon works, but then it gives you the problems of why it doesn't work. So when you use it, you can see what happens. It goes wrong.
It just goes wrong.
Yeah. Like this Dory's Buzz Bomb is supposed to be like a shuriken buzzsaw slinging device. It slings the device just fine, but it doesn't cut through anything. It just sticks into whatever it hits.
It still hurt.
And then there's a bomb here, this fire bomb. It's so unbalanced it never lands on the plunger. So half the time it never goes off. Like American torpedoes in WW2.
How dare you?
WW2.
Yeah, but there's just a boatload of these things. So if you did play Spelljammer and you wanted to add ridiculous to your campaign, this is how you would do it. Yeah, I mean,
April Fools.
Yeah, it's
Ha. It doesn't deserve a second ha. It's only got one ha.
It's only got one ha. It's not even that. It's not even a ha. It's a tee hee.
Gnome that tee hees. Now that's something that warms the cockles of the heart.
Do you have another article, Rob?
Negatory.
I'm assuming Jack doesn't either.
I do.
Oh,
all right.
April Fools.
You got April Fools. Oh, you got me. What page are we not going to?
32.
Jack,
what is going on here?
Look at him.
Every April Fool's edition,
You got us again.
I go back to my last article for a third. I got to do it. I am undefeated in the April Fool's pranks.
You are.
You're actually making me cry.
Let's go to page 92. Let's go to page 92 and we'll wrap up these articles.
I'm keeping it light. I don't want to make anyone cry.
Well, let's talk about this sexy Lamia.
The ecology of the Lamia.
Ecology love life of the Lamia.
Well, that's what I was going to say. So while this is the ecology of the Lamia, it doesn't really go over the ecology of the Lamia. It just talks about how the mating ritual of the ecology of the Lamia. So it's done in the story form as most of the ecologies are. And it's just really a story about a guy who survives an attack of Lamias. And basically, it's the story of the Lamia seducing his Reaver band and using them to defend against paladins. But in the end, they all die. The paladins see through their illusions. But what you do learn is that there are three types of Lamias. There's the nobles, the commons, and the Sair, I think you pronounce it that way. The apostrophe. The nobles have the typical Lamias with the snake bottoms. And then you have the common Lamia, which have the body of the lion. And then the Sair, which are goats.
Not as sexy.
No, not as sexy.
I was just going to broach that subject. The serpent-bodied ones. Now, first of all, They must have some sort of cloaca or some other
I was
such
going to
thing.
use the word cloaca. Thank you.
Now, how would you dritz a cloaca? And follow up, I'm following up, it's cold-blooded, a serpent half. So would the Reese's cup melt? This is just science.
I would say because there's the human upper half.
Exactly.
We're talking warm blood. So
okay.
Friction.
That being said, the noble lamias are only produced via a noble lamia, and a human. All lamias are hermaphroditic, though, so you never know what you're going to get. It's a crapshoot which lamia you're going to get.
Or both. I think that means you get both. Whatever your flavor is.
It's like going to Thailand.
So, but as far as ecology goes, this is probably one of the weakest ones because it doesn't really talk about the life cycle. It just talks about how the lamias get busy. So
I'm dickered on half a Mickey of whiskey, and Rob's over there making what I gotta say out of pocket remarks.
I could have said much worse. I was thinking of
I could have said much worse, and I think I will.
I was gonna compare the average Lamia love story to a real relationship, and saying it's very similar. They just use you until the paladins kill you all.
Well, there's a little bit of pain in that story. So
I would agree.
Why don't we let's just move on and let's.
I will subscribe to that newsletter because
let's go with
preaching.
Let's go with our generation's way of healing and just bury it deep and move on. So
healing.
Jack, what page do you have for an ad?
113, please.
That's not one of mine.
Ooh, look at that
creature catalog.
Not AD&D, the creature catalog. What this is, and this is brilliant. I don't know who got this bright idea when they were at TSR. They went through all the old modules, and they found all of the unique creatures that were added to those modules. They updated them. They put them, they formatted them, and they added it to this compendium of
almost like a monster manual.
But
it's the catalog, not a manual.
Past unique items. Now
monsters. The question is, are these from like first edition modules too? Since this is a second edition now. Oh wait, no, this is for D&D, not AD&D.
This is for D&D.
Jack said D&D.
My bad. I didn't.
I specified off the top, out of the gate. I said D&D.
Who's the drunk one here?
Who's
the drunk one?
My head interpreted AD&D.
I know, Jack. I know. I'm defending you.
Thank you.
Anyways, it's somebody who was like, hey, let's just make a monster manual out of the old creature catalogs.
If you wanted to update a old module and you're like, I got this, but the hard work, now you just have to flip through and go, oh, there's a Yanti or some sort of, no, that's pretty standard. Something in a module where they're like, the abomination of something or other. Well, it's going to be in there, and it's going to be updated stats. It's going to be the pictures. It's going to be the whole jam. And I think it was brilliant because at this point, D&D had been around for 20 years, and there's some amazing adventures that people would still want to play. Like we're saying, some people. You want to play like the old classics. Well, I'm statted up. Our characters are for this. Creature catalog. Brilliant.
I thought you were being facetious when you started, but you actually believe it.
No,
I do.
I can believe it too. It's because they didn't ever put together like a monster manual or a compendium for D&D.
Yeah, they did. The original monster manual.
I thought a lot of the things they bring out is, hey, more work. This is doing the work for you. If I want to run a like from the Giants series or from, but if I want to run the module, everything that glitters isn't gold, and I'm looking, it's right there. All the monsters are statted. I don't have to worry about anything else.
Do you remember what the Challenger series is? It says Dungeons and Dragons Challenger series.
Ooh, I saw that on TV. They were showing it when I was in elementary school, and yeah, we were all traumatized.
That's the wrong Challenger.
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah, they wheeled a big TV on the cart into the room, and then it exploded, and then we all cried. It was great.
A couple days, I got a story about that. So a couple days later, me and my friend were launching model rockets, the Estes model rockets, and I had the shuttle one, where the shuttle was the glider. That thing went up and then literally exploded. Lost all parts.
You're like, oh my god,
We were like,
PTSD.
oh, I guess we're just never flying shuttles anymore.
It's just been, that's it. Nobody's allowed to shoot a shuttle in the air.
no more shuttles.
Yeah. So
Well, thankfully, Dragon X, the new,
They don't blow up at all.
yeah, we won't have to watch failure after failure after failure because
Don't worry.
it's working.
don't worry. Rob, do you have an ad?
Oh, we're in ads? I have tons of ads, but you already talked about them last issue. But let's go to page 9.
Hey, that's fine to mine.
The Mage. Depths of Dark Age comes storytelling game for modern aged mage. It's
Mage.
mage for vampire and werewolf. It's adding mage.
So
to
it's
magic
vampire,
users.
werewolf, and mage now. So what comes next? Mummy?
Ghosts, maybe? What's the ghost one called? I can't remember what it's called. Wraith?
Wraith. Wraith.
Yeah.
So it's either Wraith or Mummy.
It gets.
Mage covers witches and warlocks.
This is where it's getting a little fuzzy. This is where the towers of vampires and werewolves are getting a little. What's this shit off to the side?
A little shaky.
Yeah.
It's diluting the. I understand you gotta make, you gotta sell, you've got to do, but
yeah. Mage is the last one. I'm like, okay, yeah, you're right. Witches and voodoo and that kind of stuff should be in this world, but past this, it's just gone too far. Yeah, this is the last kind of okay one, but you should have just stuck with vampires and werewolves.
there's more than enough mythology. There's more than enough.
Well, I mean,
vampire stuff.
what's left? There's Mummy, Wraith, and Hunters. I think are the last 3.
Yeah, Hunters is not until second edition, isn't it? I think. I can't remember if there's other things too, wasn't there? I can't remember. There's quite a few.
Those are the 3 I remember. Those are the 6. The big 6 I remember was Vampire, Werewolf, Mage, Wraith, Mummy, and Hunters.
There's Fairy too, wasn't there? I believe there's Fairy.
I don't remember a Fairy, but you could be right though.
I think there was a Fairy, if I remember correctly. Anyways, it gets diluted, like Jack said.
Yeah, it does. It gets a little too crazy.
Waters down the brand a little bit.
Pretty quick. It came like almost every year. There's a new one coming out, so they're already like really. I remember Vampire being like a phenomenon for a while, but I don't think it was because I think Magic comes so soon after it that I'm like, oh yeah, it was like literally like 3 years. Vampire was huge.
I would say the same thing, except for I think most of the stuff afterwards was largely ignored. I think Vampire and the werewolf.
I think Vampire and Werewolf are the 2,
and they had longevity.
We played those a lot, and the thing that helped Vampire through the Magic phase was the fact that they had a fairly popular Vampire card.
That was a good game too. Yeah, we played that shit out of that game. It was a good game.
Yeah, it was fairly good one.
I think it was better than the actual. I think it was actually better than the White Wolf role playing game.
I don't know. I really enjoyed. We had a really good GM with our
we did
Vampire. So,
and I wouldn't bet my life on it, but 1993, I think there was the Vampire show out.
It's soon. It's soon after this. That's for sure.
So like it was a phenomenon. No one's messing with.
There was all those live.
What was the Vampire TV show called? What was that show called?
There was a lot of cosplay vampires at cons. With the.
I don't know.
Battle.
It had a couple of. It had a couple of that guys in it,
and a couple of really really hot girls.
Oh.
Kindred the Embraced.
That's what it was. That's what it
Yeah,
was.
I didn't watch that show because I don't remember it.
1996. So still
I
a ways
remember the
off.
Nosferatu, and it was
Yeah,
dynamite.
yeah, he was cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was it was like a reporter girl or something, and she was like getting into the world. And, yeah, it was a good show. It only lasted like one season, I think, but it was a really good show.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyways,
it didn't have mages.
Yeah,
yeah, I think there was magic in it actually.
or mummies.
No mummies. I don't think.
All right. Well, that being said, let's go. Let's just get the elephant in the room over with. Let's go to page 89.
89. Oh, this is
89 and 91. So
yeah.
first of all, we have the Time of Darkness. We talked about it. This is, I know now as Earth Dawn.
Yeah.
But what really gets me about this issue is that we see this. You're reading the magazine. Like, oh, we're playing ignorant because we don't know yet. Oh, what is this? I'm so curious. Then I flip over 2 more fucking pages, and oh, here it is.
Yeah.
The teaser.
They don't.
Done.
They don't
why
keep
are
it.
you running the teaser and
yeah.
the damn ad in the same fucking magazine?
1 month difference would have made a world of difference.
Kept a little bit more anticipation.
Or you should
going.
have put this Time the Darkness over in lieu of the graphic with the troll and the other one.
Or
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just can't believe Earth. Like I said before, I can't believe Earth Dawn was this late. I thought it was earlier.
Yeah. So, Rob, you have another ad?
That was my ad. Was Mage. Jack, did you have another ad?
No. Oh,
I do.
Wait, yes, I did. I did.
No.
Page 32.
No. Fuck you.
Rob, what did you do?
We're going to page 99. It's another Underworld ad, but it's a better picture this time. It's like, look at this art. Like this is like Jeff Darrow. I think it is a Jeff Darrow piece of art, and it's yeah, it just shows the style of this game.
If you glance at it real quick, he almost looks like a Cavalier or like a Knights Templar.
Yeah, it's just a down and out superhero who's just now a homeless man who probably fought in the superhero wars. Look at the picture up here. That's totally Ion Flux. The coming soon.
The eyeball.
Yep, with the fly in it. You can see where it's all coming from, but yeah, it's the style. It's the underground, like indie comic style, and it's coming to video games. It's cool. It's cool, man. It's right up my alley. This is me, so I'm really excited about it.
All right. I can't wait for you to get the books.
Yeah. Actually, I should look and see how much they are. I got the PDFs, but I did not look into the actual hard copies. There's quite a few books. There's I think 20 something books that came out of this.
Yeah,
it's pretty impressive.
Not like the Travelers.
No, Traveler. I looked up Traveler. Traveler, Jack. Guess how many books are like that they produce for Traveler? Like all the different versions of Traveler.
62.
2,084.
62 was my joke answer, just in case you were wondering.
Yeah, it's crazy amount of Traveler books. Like if you want to ever collect all the Traveler, it's impossible. Anyways,
well,
that's my last ad.
Next time you're at our sponsor, whatever game shop that
Games Plus, yeah, I always look at the Traveler stuff there. Yeah,
you start looking for this underground.
I
gotta remember
2,000 books at that list.
They have a lot, but I have to. Yeah, I always forget to look for Mayfair Games, but I should definitely should look if I can remember, which I never remember. But
I'll remember now.
I remember now. I'm the captain now.
I'll remember now.
I'm the captain now. Yeah.
Let us go to page 57, and we can wrap this ridiculous.
What's happened? Have we been doing this episode for a week now? Is that?
It's actually shorter than your episode so far, Jack. Somehow your episode was longer than this.
There's a lot of nattering in Jack's episode.
Yeah, there was. Yeah. I don't. What is this? Just the second edition?
I don't know what this is either. As big of a Forgotten Realms fan as I was, I don't remember what this event is.
Is this just a second edition box set coming out for it?
I think it's just a second edition.
Yeah.
No, it's already says second edition right underneath the Forgotten Realms thing.
Yeah, but I think that's out. No, I don't. I don't think the box set's out. I don't think the second edition box set's out. That's my thought.
No, I think it's out already. If I remember right.
I don't know. We'll find out, I guess.
I see second edition
because the Myth Drenor campaign box is coming out.
Huh?
So the Myth Drenor campaign boxes from last month's issue is already coming out. So that can't come out after or before the second edition book.
I bet it can because I think when Forgotten Realms box set came out, it was just as second edition dropped. It was like it almost came out as second edition came out. Like it was almost too early, and I think it's pretty much probably good enough to use for second edition. But we'll see. We'll see what this is.
Well, if it's not second edition, let's pretend that we don't know for a fact that it is, and both Rob and I are certain it is.
I'm not sure.
I would say it's not.
It is. Come on, you know. But we'll go in a circle. What do we think it could possibly be? And I will say it is a swimsuit edition of Ed Greenwood in his skivvies. Rob,
I'm gonna say it is a gazetteer, maybe, of Forgotten Realms, just a bunch of maps
of Ed Greenwood in his skivvies.
Oh, that's on the back
Friend
of each
the
map.
pod, unofficial fourth member, Ed Greenwood, Dr. Ed Greenwood, yes.
Esquire.
And Pat, what you say it's what?
Oh, I want to say there was an event where wild magic happened, Spellfire. There was books about it. Maybe that's what's happening when the goddess of magic dies and someone else takes her place.
And it's naked Ed Greenwood, right?
Yes.
Okay, yes. This comedy works in threes.
Well, you didn't let me finish.
Oh, okay.
While the chaos of magic was happening, this is where Ed Greenwood becomes naked.
Is this still the April issue?
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
It's been a week, hasn't it? We've been talking for a week about this goddamn issue.
Okay, I'm sick. Can we be done with this goddamn issue?
All right, we're done. So
CRISPRs are not going to keep Rob alive.
There's a lot of teasers in this thing.
I have short time here, people. I have no time for this shit.
Was 2 pages later, they would reveal what this big event was, but they didn't.
They're no FASA. They're gonna milk it.
So, all right. Well, I think that's all the ads now, right?
I'm done.
Everyone in the magazine.
Everyone in the magazine. So, all right. Well, then let's wrap it up since we got a lot of mileage out of this April Fool's issue, which normally has nothing in it.
I literally had nothing to talk about. I don't know how it lasted this long.
Well, we natter. We didn't natter as much as we did in Jack's episode, but we'll see what happens.
It's getting there. It's getting there.
It's getting there. All right, let's move on then. So, well, for the Dragon's Tome, then, I've been your host, Chopper.
I'm Jack.
Like, share, subscribe. Comment below about how we nattered and how you want to keep it tight and stop fucking talking a lot. Just say that.
Wait.
I wonder if you're allowed to say that in the comments. Will that get edited out? I don't know. Try it.
Yeah, use the asterisks.
No, I'm a rebel.
I'm a rebel, Dottie.
I've been Rob.
And I'm Pee Wee Harmon.
And I'm E.G. Daly.
And I'm Large Marge.
Bye-bye.
Bye.